There are few forces as potent as a familiar scent. Think of the rich, buttery aroma of vanilla cookies baking in an oven, a smell that can instantly paint a picture of a childhood kitchen, warm and safe. Consider the dry, sweet, almost dusty fragrance of an old book, its pages whispering tales of a quiet afternoon spent in a sunlit library. Or perhaps the most primal and beloved of all, petrichor, that earthy perfume released when the first drops of rain kissed the dry ground, a scent that speaks of renewal and relief. Our lives are a tapestry woven with these olfactory threads. More than any other sense, smell is a time machine, a direct conduit to our deepest memories and most powerful emotions. It bypasses the rational mind, plunging straight into the heart of our limbic system, the ancient seat of memory and feeling. This profound connection is the secret to our love affair with a pleasant-smelling home. We yearn to capture those feelings of comfort, cleanliness, and peace, and bottle them. In our modern world, we've become masters of this craft. We don't have to bake cookies to enjoy their scent. We can simply light a candle. We can evoke a field of lavender or a breezy ocean shore with a quick burst from an aerosol can. We plug in diffusers that promise to bathe our rooms in the essence of fresh linen or apple cinnamon 24 hours a day. We have engineered our sanctuaries to smell exactly how we want them to feel. But what if this carefully constructed aromatic bliss is an illusion? What if some of the most beloved scents we intentionally invite into our homes are telling a different, more unsettling story? What if the very air in our personal havens is filled with invisible imposters, masquerading as clean and wholesome while hiding a disturbing truth? This is the story of what we are truly breathing in when we close our eyes and inhale the comforting scents of modern life. To understand this deception, we must become detectives, and our first clue is hiding in plain sight on the labels of countless household products. Scan the ingredient list of your favorite air freshener, laundry detergent, or scented candle, and you will almost certainly find a single innocuous-looking word: fragrance or parfum. This word seems simple enough, but it is perhaps one of the most misleading terms in modern manufacturing. It is not a single ingredient. Rather, it is a legal loophole, a protective umbrella term classified as a trade secret. This designation allows companies to conceal a complex cocktail of chemicals, sometimes dozens, sometimes hundreds, without ever disclosing them to the public. Behind that one word lies a black box of proprietary formulas, and what's inside can be far from pleasant. Let's pry open that box. One of the most common families of chemicals lurking under the fragrance label are phthalates. These are synthetic compounds used for a specific purpose: to make scents last longer, to help them cling to the air, our clothes, and our skin. While they are effective, a growing body of scientific evidence has linked phthalates to serious health concerns. They are known endocrine disruptors, meaning they can mimic or interfere with the body's natural hormones. This interference has been associated with reproductive and developmental problems, hormonal imbalances, and other long-term health risks. So, the very chemical that gives your ocean breeze spray its staying power may also be disrupting the delicate, invisible symphony of your body's internal systems. But it doesn't stop there. When you light a scented candle or use a plug-in air freshener, you are releasing more than just a pleasant smell. You are also releasing a host of volatile organic compounds, or VOCs, into your indoor air. These invisible chemical guests silently unspool into the air we breathe. Many fragrance formulas contain known VOCs like benzene, a component of gasoline, formaldehyde, a chemical used in embalming fluid, and toluene. These aren't benign substances. They are classified as hazardous air pollutants, and some are known carcinogens. The irony is staggering. In our effort to make our homes smell clean, we are often introducing the very same types of pollutants we associate with industrial factories and heavy traffic. To illustrate the insidious nature of this chemistry, consider limonene. It's a chemical naturally found in citrus peels and is used extensively to create lemon and orange scents. On its own, limonene is considered relatively safe. However, when it is released into the air inside your home, it can react with trace amounts of ozone, a common indoor pollutant. This chemical reaction creates a dangerous byproduct, secondary formaldehyde. A smell you associate with freshness and nature can, through simple household chemistry, be actively generating a known carcinogen right in your living room. The chemical breakdown of these artificial scents is unsettling, but the story becomes deeply personal when we examine the price our bodies pay for this constant exposure. For a growing number of people, the effects are immediate and acute. The same VOCs and chemical additives that create the aroma can be powerful irritants to the respiratory system. They can trigger asthma attacks in susceptible individuals, inflame the sinuses, and lead to chronic coughing or allergic reactions. Many people suffer in silence, blaming their persistent stuffy nose or scratchy throat on seasonal allergies, never suspecting the scented plugins and sprays that dot their home. For others, the impact is neurological. Certain fragrance chemicals are small enough to pass the blood-brain barrier, a highly selective membrane that is supposed to protect our most vital organ. When these chemicals slip through, they can cause a range of symptoms from chronic headaches and migraines to dizziness and a persistent, frustrating state of brain fog that dulls concentration and clarity. Consider the story of a young family who recently moved into a new home. They wanted it to feel perfect, so they filled it with all the markers of modern comfort: a vanilla-scented diffuser plugged into the hallway, a basket of potpourri on the coffee table, and clothes washed in a detergent that promised the scent of a spring meadow. Within a few months, their young son developed a persistent, dry cough, mostly at night. The mother began experiencing dull headaches that would come on in the afternoon and linger until bedtime. They checked for mold, dusted obsessively, and changed their diet, all to no avail. It was only when an allergist, after running numerous tests, asked a simple question: "Do you use any air fresheners or scented products at home?" that the pieces clicked into place. On a trial basis, they removed every single source of artificial fragrance. They unplugged the diffuser, threw out the potpourri, and switched to an unscented, hypoallergenic laundry detergent. Within 2 weeks, the boy's cough had vanished, and the mother's daily headaches were gone. The very products they had purchased to create a feeling of well-being had been the source of their distress. This family's experience highlights a crucial concept in environmental health: the total body burden. The danger isn't just about a single, massive exposure to one toxic chemical. It's about the slow, steady accumulation of low-dose exposures from a multitude of sources day after day. A little phthalate from your soap, a few VOCs from your candle, a trace of sensitizing chemicals from your fabric soften reach, one may seem insignificant on its own. But together, they add to the cumulative load your body must process. Over years and decades, this constant chemical barrage can overwhelm the body's natural detoxification systems, potentially contributing to the development of more serious, chronic health conditions. We are marinating in a chemical soup of our own creation, and our bodies are keeping the score. So, where does this leave us? It leaves us standing at a critical juncture, forced to reevaluate our relationship with our own living spaces. The quest for a fragrant home, born from a desire for comfort and cleanliness, has ironically led many of us to systematically pollute our personal sanctuaries. We have been conditioned to associate the strong, perfumed scent of chemicals with a clean environment, when in fact, the opposite is often true. A truly clean home does not smell of synthetic tropical rain or summer berries. It smells of nothing at all. The good news is that reclaiming the health of our indoor air doesn't require drastic measures or a sterile, joyless existence. It simply requires a shift in perspective and a return to more authentic sources of aroma. The solutions are both simple and beautiful. Instead of lighting a candle laden with unknown chemicals, try a simmer pot. Fill a small saucepan with water and add slices of lemon and orange, a few cinnamon sticks, and a handful of cloves. As it gently simmers on the stove, it will fill your home with a warm, genuine, and complex fragrance that no chemical cocktail can truly replicate. Embrace the single most effective air purifier known to humankind, an open window. The simple act of airing out your home for even a few minutes a day can drastically reduce the concentration of indoor pollutants. Bring nature inside by keeping houseplants, which act as living air filters, or by placing a vase of fresh flowers or a few sprigs of eucalyptus on your table. When you shop, become a more conscious consumer. Look for products that are explicitly labeled fragrance-free. Be wary of the term unscented, which can sometimes mean that a product contains even more chemical masking agents used to cover up the smells of the base ingredients. For cleaning and deodorizing, rediscover the power of simple staples like baking soda and white vinegar. They don't cover up odors with a stronger scent, they neutralize them, leaving behind the simple smell of clean. Ultimately, we must ask ourselves a fundamental question. In our relentless pursuit of a home that smells pleasant, have we forgotten what a truly clean and healthy environment actually feels like? Perhaps the most beautiful and luxurious scent of all is not the perfume of synthetic flowers, but the simple, neutral smell of pure, fresh air.